in a few minutes you will understand why. Firstly, I would like to thank you all for coming on that short notice. I would like to thank all the followers on this press conference on the internet. And I would like to give a thank to Google London who have their facilities here for us. This is good, and Global Cycling Network for organizing this and make this possible. I believe this day is.
Also give you that one as well.
Wow.
Yes.
I believe this day is a great day for my team, and yeah, I would say this is actually a day I have been dreaming of for a very long time. I would say many years, and yeah, I have looked forward to this because I believe a day like today shows that I have done some right things, some good things for this sport, and therefore I'm very happy to announce that Oleg Tinkoff will be the new owner of the team. And Oleg and I, we have made an agreement about him buying recycling, and that is done with immediate effect. And recycling has been named to Tinkoff Sport. That means that Oleg privately owns 100% of the team, and he will be sole owner. It also means that I will continue in a position in the team as the general manager for at least 3 years. Tinkoff Credit System will become the main sponsor, and Saxo Bank has agreed to become second name sponsor for 2014. So from now on, or for 2014, the team will be called Tinkoff Saxo. Again, this is a great day for the team. That Oleg buys my company means long-term stability for the team, and with the added sources gives us the possibility to create a team in absolutely world class and hopefully fulfill our goals to be #1 team in the world. That's our ambitions in the coming years. So why don't we welcome Oleg in here. So I would like to present Oleg, and with him we have Alberto Contador. Thanks guys for coming, and congratulations Oleg.
Well, actually, you should be the middle.
So Matt, you on?
Oleg, let me ask you the first question, which is, while you find your place, don't worry. Which is as follows. Bjarne, can I just take the microphone? And, Oleg, this is the latest move in a lifetime of passion for cycling for you. Can you just talk us through your history with this great sport from the early years?
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Welcome everyone. And I would like also to congratulate Bjarne with this deal. I think it's a fantastic deal for both of us. That's indeed win-win situation. Asking a question, sorry, answering your question. Yes, I put first my pedal stroke when I was 12 years old in Siberia, small city called Kemerovo. It's 5,000 kilometers from Moscow. And I started to bike because at that time my mom and pop, they didn't have money to buy me a moto or moped. So I had to go to the section called bike section, and I got my bike for free. Even they couldn't buy me a bike because my father was minor, we had quite poor family. And I started biking, and it's become my passion, and I start to win immediately. But of course, because it's a flat territory, there is no mountain, so I start to win sprints, win races, time trials, and anything. I become the Siberian champion like 2 years later. I've won over 40-50 races being junior, but I never succeed to go to pro level because then I had to go to the army, and that's basically my career is over. And after the army I started to do business, and then I was involved with the family and so on and so forth. And finally in 2005 I had the time and the money, so that I come back to the site, and I created a continental team called Tinkoff Restaurants. It was my business. Eventually it's been converted into Tinkoff Credit System, my bank, in 2006. So this team was for 3 years. I think many of you remember this team. It was wild, very entertaining, fascinating team. We have won a lot of races for that budget. We have created a lot of riders. For example, I brought into the cycling the guys like, I find basically him, small guy in the piste in Australia, Vasily Kirienko, and he's still pleased that I brought him to the cycling. He's one of the strongest now rider in the peloton. It was fine by myself. Then Mikhail Ignatiev, Nicolas Trusov, Pavel Brut, and so on and so forth. There will be a lot of good Russian riders, some Italian riders. So we had Russian-Italian team. Then eventually the crisis came, and I sold it to Igor Makarov, who is the Russian oligarch. It is Katyusha now. Basically, Katyusha, it was my team. Me and Stefano Filtrin, we were first two employees of the team. We sold it. I sold it because of the money. And but I always had a dream to work with Bjarne Riis because he is the best sport director. And once my bank start to make money, once I start to have economics, I come back as a sponsor, sorry, to Bjarne. And I started the sponsor of Saxo Bank team, and now eventually the evolution, my dream came true. I'm so proud of, and I'm so happy today, because today we closed the deal with Bjarne, and I become the owner of the structure. It's called Tinkoff Sport. It's 100% my company. It's my private investment. It's my business. It's my private money, and it's my passion. And finally, I have my, it's dream came true. I have my top world team, and I have Bjarne as the best sport director. I have Alberto as the best rider. So I'm so happy today.
Wonderful. And Bjarne, you'll be working with a co-sponsor which remains Saxo Bank, and we have Lars here.
Yeah, welcome to you, Lars. And together with Lars we have Nicolas, Roche.
Lars Mikkelsen, can we give you the microphone as well? Lars, welcome, thank you for coming. I wonder if you could evaluate for us the effectiveness of Saxo Bank's involvement with this structure so far, and explain your future involvement in the Onyx team.
Well, we've been a sponsor since 2008. Actually, winning the Tour de France about 6 weeks after we entered the fray, so that was a good start. And I believe it has had a lot of importance for Saxo Bank over the years. We were and are still not a huge institution, but we were a lot smaller back then. And I think today, when I travel around the world, going to some pretty exotic places from time to time, people actually know Saxo Bank by name and have some kind of idea about what we do. And I don't think really that can stem from much other than this sponsorship. So we've used it for, I would say, 3 main areas. It is obviously when you have a very international business such as we have, with 26 offices around the world, it's very difficult to do marketing in a traditional sense with just buying media, etc., and covering basically the vast majority of the world. And a sponsorship such as this gives you a good base for all of your other marketing in the mass space. We have also used it as another priority for creating great events for some of our VIP clients, so we can create something very special in connection with many of the races and give people that are interested in cycling really unique experiences. And thirdly, it's very good internally for morale that all of the colleagues have something that they have a joint interest in, that they feel ownership for, and that they can celebrate when things are going well and commiserate when they're not going so well. So it has meant a lot for us, and obviously we are commercial people, so we wouldn't have been around for 6 years if we didn't feel that it worked. Now it's a new situation. I'm very pleased for Oleg and Bjarne today. I think it's great that you have reached this point in the negotiations. For us, we have been all along supportive of that. It's no secret that we have preferred the times when we had a good partner in the sponsorship. And I think in this case, obviously, with Oleg's huge enthusiasm and commitment, I think this really creates a very stable and long-term situation for the team that I know is important for Bjarne. And as I also said to you in private, I think you made the right decision, and I congratulate you both with getting to this point. I'm sure it's going to be great, and we will do what we can to support it.
And the team goes on, of course, with its great leader, Alberto, at Contador. Lars, I wonder if you could hand the microphone to Alberto. How does this deal help you, Alberto, in fulfilling your great ambition, of which you've made no secret, winning the 2014 Tour de France?
Bueno, yo creo que es algo realmente importante. Yo creo que el anuncio de hoy es una grandísima noticia para el mundo del ciclismo. Al final, lo que cada vez hay menos sponsor en el ciclismo, y que una persona como Oleg, que tiene pasión por el ciclismo, se comprometa de forma personal en sponsorizar un equipo, yo creo que es algo grande, ¿no? Seguro que muchos de vosotros pensáis en qué sucedió, si antes, después del Tour de France. Nuestra relación es muy buena. Hemos podido hablar mucho en estos últimos tiempos, y yo creo que el llegar a este acuerdo va a ser algo realmente bueno para mí y para todo el equipo. Nos va a permitir que haya una mayor estabilidad a la hora a nivel financiero. Va a poder hacer que los compañeros que se vayan a sacrificar por mí tengan su futuro asegurado. Y otro punto realmente muy importante es que Bjarne se va a poder centrar estrictamente en el aspecto deportivo, va a poder estar en más competiciones apoyando el equipo, y yo creo que eso va a ser una gran diferencia de cara al año 2014.
Thank you, Alberto. I'll just translate for those of you who don't have Spanish. I think in these times when there is a dearth of new sponsors coming into the sport, it can only be a good thing when a man of the stature and wealth of Oleg comes in and brings his wealth to this sport. I know many of you will be raising your eyebrows at our relationship after things that came into the public after the Tour de France. I can tell you that Oleg and I have spent a lot of time together, and whatever happened immediately after the Tour is a long way behind us. it's a great thing for the team for a number of reasons. First of all, it brings stability to the existing structure. The riders who I need to help me to achieve my ambitions will have their future guaranteed for the coming years, and something that is especially important to me, Bjarne Riis will be much more involved in the sporting aspects of the team. He will be closer to us, so from my point of view it is a very, very good step that we're announcing today. And a final question for Nico. Nico Roche, were it not for a very cold stage up to Andorra in the Vuelta, you might very well have been standing on the podium of a Grand Tour in September. How does this deal help you move forward and develop your now blossoming career?
Well, I totally back up Alberto in his idea of giving Bjarne a lot more freedom and being able to follow us at the races. I think I was a perfect example this year, as when Bjarne is involved with the team at 99 or 100%, we were able to do a big difference. And to talk more about the day that I did the most to recover the time that I lost. Bjarne worked a lot on his tactics at night, and maybe nothing could have been done to make me go faster the day before, but we definitely worked on a plan to make me go get those precious seconds the next day. And that event can happen at any stage, and maybe in a couple of weeks or a couple of months we'll have Alberto get the tour or any other rider perform well. So I think it's going to be a pretty exciting year ahead.
Wonderful. Well, we'd like to open up the floor. We don't have an infinite amount of time, but I'm sure we've got a good 15 minutes for questions and answers from you. Let me hand the microphone out. Let me start with you.
Thank you. Bjarne, the main reason you're selling the team, you didn't really elaborate on that. Why do you sell the team?
Well, I would say, first of all, I think it's two reasons. I have to be honest that the last 4 or 5 years I spent a lot of time on searching sponsors and secure the stability on the team. And we all know that has been difficult, and has been, for me, of course, very stressful for a long time to only being able to work year for year. This, of course, with Oleg gives us that stability we need on the team. It takes a lot of stress away from me, so I can spend my time on what I think I'm best at. And as it has been said, secure the stability of the team for the future. And I mean, my ambitions are big. Owning the team or not, it really doesn't make that big of a difference for me personally in terms of my ambitions with this team, because of course I have a long history in this team, but this team is still in my heart, so I will have a lot of motivation for that. I can guarantee you my motivation after this is not smaller, absolutely not. So my goal is that this team is going to be the best in the world, and I know Oleg says the same thing, and we have those ambitions together. And I believe I can say that the last month or two in this process, it has actually been great to working that close with Oleg, and I have to say, and thanks Oleg for the seriousness he's brought into this, has been actually fantastic. I don't know if I was sure that it would have been like that, but no, I mean it really, Oleg, this has been serious conversations, and with the right philosophy in this, and that's also why I'm ready to do this. Then the second thing is, for me personally, as I said before, it has been a lot of stress for me over the years, and gives me more freedom. Gives me more freedom to do things that I know I'm good at, and also give me more freedom to be a dad to my kids, and a good husband to my wife, So it's well, my family is very important to me.
Yeah, one more question. Does the ongoing anti-doping investigation in Denmark have anything to do with you selling at this moment?
Well, absolutely not, because I would say these are pure speculations, and well, we don't act on speculations. So as I said before, the two reasons for I'm doing this I just mentioned, and this is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Bjarne, what do you think this will mean for Danish cycling, that you're selling your team, which has been a talent factory for many big talents in Danish cycling?
Well, I don't know. I think you should ask people in Denmark about that. I hope it's something good. I'm proud of what I've been creating over the last 10, 12 more years, and even before that. With this team, I think we have built up some good things in Denmark. In Denmark, there is a huge amount of talents for the future. There are, I would say, I mean, cycling in Denmark is more than just me, so I don't think that necessarily will change a lot. You know, I hope people look back on the things I have been doing. And then again, I would say this team continues the structure. The structure will still be more or less the same. We will still have our office, at least for the next year in Denmark. We are the world tour team with the absolutely most Danes on the team. So I think a Danish factor on this team is still there, but then again, I have to say, for me, it have never been a 100% Danish team. For me, it's a global, international team. And I think that's something that Oleg and I, we have discussed a lot, and we agree on. This has to be an international, global team, and not a Danish, not a Russian, or anything else.
Keith Weir from Reuters. A question for Oleg. Two questions, if I may. The ambition of having the best team in the world, how will you go about achieving that? Does that mean pumping more money in and hiring a different team, or changing the way the team is run? You praise Mr. Riis, so that's one question. And secondly, you're putting money into cycling. Cycling's had a bad press. We've just been talking about doping allegations. Is it a good time for a business to be associated with cycling?
Yeah, thank you. Firstly, it's a good question, yes. Money is not everything, but that means a lot. Of course, we could buy, and we will buy, more riders, more stronger riders, more stars, if you wish. But we don't have to be crazy about that. For example, 2014 it's done. You know, the Roadster, there's no news, but it's a long project. But 15, 16, 17, we will buy more riders. But also, we will bring much more, I think, into the team in terms of scientific. And here, what is important today is all of this diet, nutrition program, recovery, and so on and so forth. This where some of our rival teams get far. We have to catch up with them. We know all of those teams, they're doing a great job, and we would like to win this job. These days, I strongly believe that doping is over. Whatever you say, I know journalists like to talk about that because it sells newspaper and etc. But I truly believe there's, in serious and big teams, there is no issues about that now. It's over now. Cycling has changed, and we know that Tinkoff Saxo team would be also a new face of cycling. Me, I personally have zero tolerance to doping. I think nutrition program, recovery, diet, discipline, and good training, that's what it needs cycling today. And that actually money too. You have to hire better maybe scientists and some good special coaches, maybe from outside of cycling sports and from other endurance sport, or maybe psychologists and so on and so forth. Cycling become more and more scientific to me, and also it's a business. Therefore, that's where we expect to grow, to improve, and I think this would significantly impact the results, because all of you know that now general classification is all about seconds. It's no more about minutes, and those seconds are winning through this, and we need to invest in there. It's not going to happen overnight, but over 2, 3, 4 years. I agree with Bjarne, we're going to build the best team in the world, and we will have a structure that we are proud of.
Yeah, any question? Is there any, because it is a good question. Any other question? Okay.
So, when new riders are coming into the team, who's going to decide which riders you will have to? Yeah.
It's very simple. There's not much going to be changed. Bjarne is running the team from all of the sport aspects, as he said, and it's nothing. He's choosing the riders. He's choosing the roster for each particular races, and it has been before, and nothing changed now. I'm not going to dictate or demand for such riders and so on and so forth. I mean, it's up to him, and we already discussed number of riders, and he can confirm, but I never insist. So I said, would you like to buy this one? He said, maybe not. Okay, it's his decision. It's not my decision. It would be stupid for me to cooperate with the best sport manager, director sportif in the world, and then not listen to him. Why would I need him then? Then I would run this team, but I don't have time. I'm a businessman. I'm in my office, and I'm not office of the team in Copenhagen, or I'm not at every races. I would come some races, but it's not my business. I would like that Bjarne run all of it, and he will be. And I would like to confirm that to sort of avoid any speculation that this is not Danish team, this is not Russian team, this is not Spanish team, this is not Italian team. Nevertheless, CEO of the team is Italian, Stefano Filtrin, or it's not Irish team, for whatever reason. This is global international project. I don't believe in national teams, believe it or not. We know there are some teams coming out of Eastern Bloc, some American, whatever, some countries, they try to build national teams. And I think it's a wrong project. It could work. There was a question about Danish team. I think it's good for the continental team, for youth team, for the foundation team. Yes, it should be like Danish team or Russian team or Spanish team. But once it comes to the top level, when we are talking about Tour de France, Giro d'Italia, Vuelta, etc., it's got to be very serious foundation, full of talents, but talents coming from around the world. It could not be just a national team. I don't believe in this. Therefore, there is no jeopardy for Danish or for Spanish or for whomever. We don't judge nationals. We see the results. There's a good rider. We sign him. That's what it is.
And my second question. We have this investigation in the Danish Anti-Doping Association. And we know that Bjarne's name has been mentioned in this investigation. Does it concern you that your general manager is in this investigation?
As Bjarne just said, it's always difficult to comment on speculation. Honestly, I never read the documents. I don't know what's exactly going on. I know there's like investigation. There are lots of investigation now. I don't know, and once it will be consequence, once will be the documents, of course we have to deal with it. We are structure, we are serious company. If there will be decision, then we have to follow this decision. And for example, wherever it could be. But now, what can I say? I know nothing about that. I never discussed with Bjarne what was then and before. It's not my business, and I believe in Bjarne, and I hope there's nothing happen, and we will be still together. And I would like to assure that this never affected the deal, because we've been talking about this for quite a long time, actually. And thank you, Lars. Lars was the one who helped us to make this deal happen. He orchestrated, if you wish, the deal. He said, guys, Oleg is so passionate, he needs to own it, and Bjarne needs to run it. I mean, Lars did a lot of contribution, and then eventually Alberto supported this deal very much, because he's a key element as well in this structure. And that's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about this. If bad things happen, it's sad. Anything can happen. So I have to deal with it according to the situation. But right now I have no worry. I'm fully committed to Bjarne, and I don't have any problem.
Is there any other question?
Okay, well, Danish television. There's a space outside in the corner there where you've got a bit of good light and quite protected for sound. So you have Bjarne and Oleg, I think you're going to go together and swap round. So if you want to get ready, and then when Bjarne has finished with that,